The infamous Painsmith Raznal. What a lame name for somebody as annoying as this boss is, to be honest. Like, Raznal. That does not sound badass whatsoever. Really should have picked some better name. I'm gonna try to be concise, because I feel like this is probably the first fight in this whole instance where I would say we have a very important job, but also a very difficult one as Discipline Priests. So as you can see, I'm using atonement always on the chained people. Like, my atonements will always be on the chained people. That is first thing. Second thing, when you ramp, that depends on, of course, your raid. Like that, but in my opinion, what you should ramp for is basically every single trap. Keep in mind though, if you're looking at timers, and you know the timers say like in 10 seconds, that doesn't mean the damage will come in 10 seconds. That means that's when the traps will spawn, like the mechanic starts. So in this particular boss fight, you need to delay your ramping a little bit. So usually you would start it like, I don't know, like 14-15 seconds before the mechanic you wanna ramp for. In this case, you started about, I found the most consistent time to be about 7 to 8 seconds personally for me. But maybe it will be different for you, you know, just see how you feel, because I think it depends a little bit on the haste and the procs and the gear you have and stuff like that. So yeah, intermission, we're slow, you know, we're known as a wheelchair class on Priest. We had Doors of Shadows in the previous patch because we played Ventir, but this patch sadly we do not play Ventir anymore. I say sadly because I really like the Doors of Shadow, but alas, we don't have that anymore. So our mobility basically is limited to you either grabbing Angelic Feather, which really doesn't do much because you're going to be stacked anyway, or getting that shield 40% movement speed was one of your talents, which personally I don't think does much, to be honest, so you'll just have to be very precise in intermission with your movements. Here you can PI either somebody for boss damage or somebody to clear ads, depending on what you're struggling with the most. Honestly, damage in this fight, at least for us, wasn't really an issue. It was more an issue of surviving, so you know, we just had to heal these chained people. As you can see, as soon as they're chained, I will apply atonements, and then deal damage to the boss. It helps a lot. It really makes a difference. And here, this is very difficult because this is the part where we need to ramp, because we're ramping for traps. So we need to ramp, and we need to also what do you call it? Dodge. So it is mechanically quite demanding. And here I'll get a chain. I'll move out, walk over walk over spikes.
Reverberating hammer.
Just a bit unfortunate RNG, but it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. This is something you need to learn. You'll need to learn every single overlap. And here I almost got spiked, but I made it through. And of course this useless proc happens when nothing is happening. Here we had like a little bit of a dicey situation with the chains. Good movement by our tank Gold. Very well done. And here you can also use, besides your ramp, you can also use barrier for the traps. That is very good. Just keeping people, you know. I also tried to cast my barrier so it negates the damage from both the tank mechanic, right? So from the reverberating hammer and from the traps afterwards. So it's kind of like a double value. That's why you should cast it like at these, like when the reverberating hammer hits. That's why I don't cast it preemptively. Also, I want to say this. During the intermission, like, there's not much to talk about. Like, you cannot heal during intermission. I mean, you can try. If you're good enough, go for it, of course. Like, I'm not good enough. I tried. Usually it ends up with me dying. Like, you can maybe throw a penance or a shield here or there. You could purge the wicked balls and shield people, and that will provide some HPS, but in my opinion, it is not worth you dying in the intermission. Let paladins and shamis deal with this. They can do it pretty reliably. Oh, maybe they'll hate me for saying that, but yeah, at least ours were able to keep us up. You did not need that. Like, I don't know, people seem to be thinking that you need some crazy amount of HPS in intermission. You really don't. Like, it's It's not a lot. You need a bit, that is true. If you don't get heals, you will die. But you need maybe 2 heals on you, so like during 50 seconds, like for sure you'll be able to get 2 heals from your 4 healers, like for sure. Either way. Just be careful here, you will see there's some nasty overlaps, as I said, because you're ranged, so you might end up getting chains into tank mechanic, into like you needing to ramp. That is the hardest situation that can happen to you. If you have a choice and you see yourself getting chained before you have started the ramp, like during the ramp I mean, you can make a decision. What I did is, if I get chained, I would do a Shadowfiend ramp, and if I don't get chained, I will do boon ramp. And the reason is, like, it's hard to do proper boon ramp with the chain. Like, you reduce the effect of it significantly by not being in the melee range, because you're not gonna get Nova onto your raid, which really will hurt your numbers. It's not that they matter, like, I'm not saying hurt your numbers in the sense that, oh no, your HPS will be smaller, so you'll be lower on the details. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, the more numbers you put, the healthier your raid is. That's what I mean by it. And here you can see like big damage. You can also use some pain subs here, either on tank or the people with chains. That is not a waste, by the way. Chained people are in big danger in this fight. But yeah, I think I do die during this fight. Of course, like, it wouldn't be a mythic kill, like the first kill, unless I die. God damn it, I always end up dying. But yeah, it's, as I said, it is a hard fight. You do need to learn it quite a bit. So you can see now I have both Kyrian, like, file plus, and here I push tank a little bit. That was really scary, but he does a good jump. And I used Healthstone, but I didn't use Kyrian file, so neither did I use Desperate Prayer. I just didn't, honestly, I did not expect that much damage. Like, I got a little bit surprised. I know it hurts, I just didn't see it hurting that much. But yeah, Kyrian got this, he'll heal up people. You saw how it works, like, you need to move down. And yeah, that's basically Painsmith kill. It's not super hard once you've done a lot of pulls, but it is hard to learn, and it is incredibly hard for us because we usually need to ramp during very difficult moments, and that really is very, very difficult. You need to be very focused on this fight. It truly is the hardest fight of this. Okay, I don't know if it's of expansion. There were some really hard fights in Castle Natria, but it's very mechanically demanding and very, like, focus heavy fight. Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll upload Guardian kill as well, because we killed Guardian shortly after this. Not a hard boss if you're well prepared. The strats are very simple, and it's a simple boss. You just need a lot of HPS and a lot of DPS, but it's not too bad. Thank you for watching. You know, comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think if you want to. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There's quite a lot of intricacies about this fight. I just kind of went over basics. I'm not here to teach anybody. I'm just, you know, I'm just here to share my experience with you. But, you know, if you guys got any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. Have a great day, guys. See ya.